Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Summer House Martha's Vineyard Season 2, Episode 5, The Worst Kept Secret. Let's go ahead and get into it because the review is already late. I apologize, y'all. I will be more timely next week. But if you're new here and you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to subscribe. If you've been here before, you know what to do. So we pick up with Jasmine crying. Last week we left off with them at dinner, and Jasmine was crying, and she's still crying because Bria threw that temper tantrum, and she said that she didn't want whatchamacallit, whatever the girl's name is. She didn't want her there. So Jasmine doesn't know how long Silas will be deployed. She's feeling overwhelmed, and we know she's pregnant, so she has not only those hormones, but she's dealing with going through this alone, and she doesn't feel like she has a lot of support. I can only imagine what she's going through. To have to go through your pregnancy alone when you're married is just having to go through it alone anyway is awful. But when your husband just literally cannot be there, I feel for her. So Preston and Bria get into it, and Preston called Bria a brat. I personally didn't care that he called her a brat because she is a brat. It is what it is. I really don't care. I know people said this season Preston was giving mean boy, but Bria is a brat. So, oh well. So they get back to the house and everyone's being all emotional. I'm tired of all this crying and stuff. Like, I'm over it. Side note, the kitchen is out of control. The kitchen is out of control. Like, y'all need to, at this point, get y'all coins together and hire a cleaning service because how did y'all let it get this bad? Shanice is crying because she lost her job. At this point, I feel like, babe, you are not the first person who has lost your job. Like, I don't want to sound insensitive, but girl, get on Indeed. Like, enough is enough. Bria thought Nick called her a loose working girl when all he said was Milo misses you. Like, girl, what? Then she turned around and was like, "Oh, you can be my sleeping buddy and all this stuff, my sleeping companion." What is going on? Summer talking about Bria is fun and she's like the most exciting person she know. Like, everybody just sitting up here crying and lying, honey. I don't know. It's a drunk mess. Like, when they get drunk, they don't even have fun with it. Like, it's a sloppy mess. So the next day, everyone's playing basketball. Jasmine tells Bria, there's her name, Mariah. She says Mariah isn't staying in the house, but she will be coming to the festivities when they have group activities. Bria claims she cool with it, but I don't believe her. I think she's going to have an issue with it later because she just like to have an issue. That's just what she do. That's just how she is. So Preston and Bria hash out their differences, but I think in real life, he don't like her. Like, I think he was just letting bygones be bygones, but he was like, "Oh, you're like an annoying little sister." He just don't like her, period. Side note, if you hear some noise, y'all know I got kids. Like, just act like you don't hear it, okay? I'm going to talk loud over top of it, okay? I'm going to try to. So everyone gets home, and they tore up from the basketball. Shanice got a sprained ankle. I don't know what's going on, child. Everyone later that night goes to the club, including Milo. Minus Shanice and Noelle, they stayed back because they weren't feeling good from basketball. But for some reason, Bria cannot understand the no dogs allowed policy. And she's like, real clubs let Milo in. Where? She like, in Spain and Germany and Dubai. Okay, well, in America, no dogs allowed, honey. I don't know what clubs y'all been to where y'all saw dogs running loose. I have never been out and saw dogs in a club, ever. So Preston talks to Phil, and Phil apologized for, I was cracking up because back with Bria and the dog, y'all know they was like, "Oh, well," and just went and partied anyway. Had her waiting in the car. But anyway, so Phil apologized for his behavior last summer. He explained he was drunk, but that's just not how he is. He's a better person now. Me personally, I truly do not believe that Phil was calling Preston soft when he said, "Oh, have a drink, stop being soft." He said that to all the guys. It wasn't Preston specific. Like, he wasn't singling out Preston and was like, "Oh, you're soft." So I don't believe he was using that as a slur. I really don't. However, Preston's feelings were hurt. And that's what matters. And I'm glad Phil did the right thing and just took accountability and apologized. He didn't make no excuses. He didn't try to justify. He didn't try to explain. He just apologized. And to me, that was the right thing. Preston accepted his apology. And Phil also was like, he was trying to apologize to Alex as well. Was it Alex's toilet that he had did a number 2 in? That's who need the apology. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad Phil got things together, because the way he came in unhinged last summer, you can't even defend it because he was acting a fool. So I'm glad he hashed it out. Amir has a rodeo day, and aside from horseback riding, it was a given field day. Where was the rodeo? Like, y'all doing these field day elementary school activities. Like, it's giving family reunion. It's not giving rodeo to me. I don't know. Now, I'm not from Texas, and Amir is, so maybe he knows something I don't. It just didn't feel like a rodeo to me. Shanice was sitting on the side. She got a call for a job. Thank goodness. I hope she got the job, okay? So Jasmine texts Preston to let everyone know that she's going to have a special guest coming to dinner, and everybody trying to figure out who could this guest be? Who is it? Who y'all think it is? So Amir's on FaceTime with his girlfriend, Natalie. She got an attitude. We don't care. I really don't care to see her next week. I don't know. I mean, Amir is fine, but do y'all think they should do like a cast shakeup, like a little recast next season? Just a few people. Like, Amir can be one of the people who don't stay in the house, but he stopped by to visit. But I don't really need to see him in there every episode. So at the pool, a few of the ladies gather. Bria asked Summer and Noelle if they talked about Alex. And Bria also asked Summer why she didn't just tell Noelle that she slept with Alex ahead of time. Like, what was the issue? Like, why didn't you just say something? And for once, I'm with Bria. Like, yeah, why didn't you? What was the big deal? Because obviously you feel away. Like, you and your feelings about it. Summer claims she didn't know Noelle was interested in Alex. But that don't make no sense because you gave her a green light and a pass to talk to him and say, girl, it's all you. It wasn't even like that. You know, we just hung out a few times. Why would you tell her to talk to him if you didn't know? That didn't make no sense. So Summer said, I should have told you, yes, he's been inside of me, and I made him release I don't know how many times, but I didn't. And she like ran off like she was some kind of victim. Girl, what? I'm sorry. I would have let Summer have it. I would have had to cut Summer out. Not because you slept with Alex, but because, girl, what are you talking about? Who are you talking to? And why do you keep saying he's been inside of you? Like, it's not like, oh, we had sex or we slept together. It's like a possessive, like, oh, he's been inside of me. Like, you claiming him, like, okay, he's been inside of you and you made him release several times, and now you're not speaking at all. Okay, and now y'all not together. And what? Y'all did all of that. Like, Noelle isn't talking to him anyway, so what difference does it make? Meanwhile, Alex, who don't want neither one of them, mind you, so I don't even know how much longer we can talk about this, he's over there meditating. And I thought Noelle and Summer met because Noelle was dating Summer's roommate or her male friend. Like, I'm like, girl, do you want the male friend? Because it seemed like you ain't over Alex. So, sweet Noelle. Noelle's so sweet. She goes and tells Jasmine she didn't want Summer to feel ganged up on. Like, girl, what? Please, she's the one letting anybody who will listen know that he was inside of her. She deserved to be ganged up on for that alone. I'm sick of it. Amir just sitting right there listening like, ooh, what's going on? Ooh, what's next? Ooh, girl, what? And they just looking at him like, excuse you, don't you see we talking? Like, what? He does not care. He like, I want to hear what y'all talking about. I don't care. So Noelle and Summer make up. Noelle, I need you to know. Please understand that Summer is not your friend. Like, I know she's kind of younger. Noelle, Summer is not your friend, okay? So we get to dinner, and Jasmine announces she's pregnant. And she was sucking her stomach in that whole time. She's 4 months. I've never sucked my stomach in when I was pregnant at all. I can't imagine doing it for the 2 weeks she was in there. At 4 months pregnant, like, she knows the gender. Like, girl, you are too far to be doing all that. Like, ain't no way. They just would have been like, girl, are you pregnant? Listen, even if you want to deny, or try to hide it, you better wear some loose t-shirts, but sucking it in, no. So after she said she was having a boy, she said she got to tell Silas before he got deployed. So I did appreciate that they got to share that in person. This, I got to take a deep breath, y'all. This is where I have a problem. Jordan's look on her face. She cannot hide the jealousy on her face. In her confessional, Jordan said she feels bad that Silas is deployed, and this is Jasmine's first pregnancy, and she thinks it's Silas' first pregnancy. And she's like, I mean, no shade. I don't know. I'm just saying. All the shade. You're a shady tree. If it's not shade, if this ain't shade, then what is it? You just saying. You don't need to say. We didn't need that. We did not need you to say that. What? And I understand she called her an op. Like, clearly, y'all are not friends in real life. But even if it was my enemy, I wouldn't do all that. Like, the woman is pregnant. What? I remember I went through this with a friend many years ago. Y'all not got married if you've been with me for a while. A long time ago. And when I was the night before, I was going out with a few of my girls, my bridesmaids, and one of them, who was supposed to be my best friend at the time, was like crying. She's like, "I'll never find love." Made the whole thing about her. So I'm talking about when the wedding day came, she was late. Like, we had to wait for her to get her makeup done. Like, when the ceremony happened, she was the only one that cried. Me and the groom didn't even shed a tear. Like, made the whole thing about her. And it's like, I didn't realize till years later that she was jealous. She might not have been jealous of the relationship exactly, but just at the fact that it wasn't her time, that it wasn't her that was the one that was having that moment. People feel like, oh, it should be me. I should have been the one. It should be my time. So even if Jordan doesn't want what Silas and Jasmine have per se, she wants to be married. She already said, oh, I'm dealing with the alopecia and I'm single. She probably felt like, oh, well, why did Jasmine get to get married? And now she's having a baby. All the things that she wants to have, Jasmine is having it. So it's like, every chance you get, you throw a little shade. Like, you can't, it's all over her face. It's sickening. You are not going to have, hating is not going to get you what you want. You are not going to get what you want by hating, okay? And you think you're ready for all that, so you get it. People don't realize how hard marriage and parenting is. And once you become a parent, ain't no turning back, honey. So just enjoy your time. When it's your time, what's for you is for you. You don't got to be envious of somebody else. She was never, in my opinion, she was clearly never Jasmine's friend, or you would not act like this. If you were her friend at any point, you wouldn't act this way. But she might not even realize what she's doing. I just think she's a hater, and she's just nasty and mean-spirited. Like, down on the inside, she got some things she needs to work on, okay? Now, I do believe that Silas impregnated Jasmine to sit her down. I think, they knew he was going away. He was like, you ain't going to be enjoying this summer alone, free. No, some men will get you pregnant on purpose to have you sitting down somewhere with that baby while they out doing whatever. So you'll be there waiting when he comes back, okay? But I did feel sorry when she said it was going to be her mom and her mother-in-law will have to be in there when she's giving birth. Which, I mean, it's fine that they're there too, but I know this is her, especially this is her first pregnancy. I know this is hard. Noelle said a prayer for Jasmine, and I loved it. So then they have Apollo night, and the performances were awful. They were trash, terrible. This scene dragged on so long. Like, if y'all need to fill up some scenes, then y'all need to have them doing some more activities, because this ain't it. All I could think was, please pass the mic. Okay, that's all I can think. Okay, get out of here. Get them out of here. And that's where the episode ends. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode down in the comments. Are we liking Summer House? We got to get the views up. I know I said I didn't really like it last season, but it's all Black cast, so let's support it, y'all, okay? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.